pharmaceuticals will be tariffed probably at the end of the month. And we're going to start off with a low tariff and give the pharmaceutical companies a year or so to build. And then we're going to make it a very high tariff.
For more, let's bring in senior editor Bill Faries. Let's just start with those comments out of President Trump suggesting that tariffs could be coming for both pharmaceuticals and potentially for chip makers as well, Bill. What more do we know?
Yeah, so the timeline is really new here in that Trump is saying that perhaps August 1st, along with tariffs on a lot of other countries, that he sees potential tariffs beginning on pharmaceuticals and semiconductors. He is talking about, particularly with pharmaceuticals, starting at a lower rate, but in recent days he's floated having that rate rise over the course of a year or perhaps 18 months to as high as 200%. So his goal here really is to try to get some of these big companies, many of them in Europe, to relocate their production and facilities into the U.S. It's really not clear that they could or would do that on that time scale. So it's going to be a bit of a game of chicken here in terms of whether the price increases for drugs that a lot of Americans depend on will go up that quickly over the next, starting just a couple weeks from now. And the same with chips. We know TSMC has been building some big facilities out in Arizona, but when it comes to really the most high-tech chips that a lot of American industry needs, those are just simply not built in the United States. So it would be a huge gamble if he really goes forward with this by the president to try to get more of that manufacturing done in the U.S.
Yeah, especially as the semiconductor space has been doing so well in the last couple of months. Maybe that's also giving him justification to go down a little bit harder. But on the flip side, we also heard of a new deal announced, a trade deal with Indonesia. What are the terms of the deal, Bill?
Yeah, so Indonesia would be kind of the fourth framework or agreement that we know about so far following Vietnam, the UK, and China. The deal with Indonesia seems to be, and we're still waiting for more details, that they would face a 19% tariff on goods exported to the United States. That is actually down from the 32% or so tariff announced originally in April on that Liberation Day announcement. So that, in a sense, is good news from Indonesia. The bad news is 19% is still considerably higher than anything they paid before the Trump administration took office in January. So there's still going to be an impact on Indonesia's goods. In return, the U.S. says that Indonesia has agreed to buy about $19 billion worth of energy, agriculture, and there was a reference to as many as 50 Boeing jets. Now, Indonesia already had a previous stalled agreement to buy about 49 Boeing 737 Maxes. President Trump talking about 777 planes here. So it's not clear if they are refreshing that older deal, if Indonesia is making a new commitment or what. But it would be Indonesia would be able to say it's the fourth country, and it was able to negotiate down from those April 2nd Liberation Day tariffs, just maybe not as far down as they perhaps wanted.